In today's episode, I'm taking a look at another budget alternative to a high-end designer fragrance. And this time it comes from Ard Al Zaafaran, who are a fragrance manufacturer based in the United Arab Emirates. This one goes by the name of I Am the King, and it's said to bear a strong resemblance to Dior Sauvage Parfum, which is actually my favourite flanker out of the 4 different variants in the Sauvage lineup. So I was pretty excited to get my nose on this one. So, to find out what I think of it, how accurate it is, and whether I'd recommend it to you as a blind buy, stay tuned to this episode of Mags Frags. Yes, hello again and welcome to this latest episode of Mags Frags, where it's the fragrance that's the star of the show. My name's Paul, and today's scent of the day is I Am the King from Ard Al Zaafaran, which is an amber fougere fragrance for men, and it comes in an eau de parfum concentration. I paid just £12.49 for this 100ml size bottle. That was before tax, so I ended up paying just under £15 for it after tax. But I actually saw this one today on eBay and it was priced at £10.14, so definitely not going to bust your bank account. And compared to the original Sauvage Parfum, which is going to set you back around about £100 for the same size bottle, I think this one's a bit of a steal. Okay, so into the presentation, and the box comes in a matte black cardboard and has a soft touch feel, but it does collect a few fingerprints, but it features some metallic chrome detailing as well. On the front is the name of the fragrance and also the size and the concentration, as well as this Arabic motif, which I'm presuming is also the name of the fragrance and the house. At the top is a sticker containing the brand logo, and around the back is some more product information and your hologram sticker of authenticity. Finally, down at the bottom is where you're going to locate your barcode and your batch code, which is 2205022218 on this particular one, and there's also a date stamp of 2022 on it. The bottle comes in a ribbed glass design, which looks black, but it's actually a really nice blue colour when you hold it up to the light, and you can also see the ambery coloured juice inside. It feels really weighty and really well made, and definitely not like a sub £20 fragrance whatsoever. On the front is a sticker featuring the name of the fragrance, and then there's a slide-on cap, which does feel quite heavy and quite well made, but in my opinion it does look a bit cheap and cheesy, and I actually prefer how it looks without the cap, to be honest. The atomizer delivers a really nice smooth blast of juice, and overall I really like how this is presented, and you can't really ask for much more than what you get with this for the price point that you pay. Okay, so into the note breakdown, and the top notes in this one are bergamot, mandarin orange and black pepper. In the heart there's lavender, patchouli, vetiver, geranium, elemi resin and pink pepper. And the base notes in this are ambroxan, cedar and labdanum. Okay, so this one opens up bright and fresh, and you do get plenty of sweetness with the mandarin orange and the elemi resin, producing a really nice juicy fruitiness to the opening, whilst the bergamot just balances it out with a touch of tart, zesty, and like a bitter sparkle. Instantly you are going to pick up on the Sauvage DNA, but at this point it's not quite clear which one of the flankers it is going to be the closest to. But as it dries down it becomes more apparent that this is closer and more comparable to the EDP or the Parfum flankers, because it's not quite as bright and as bold as the EDT, and this definitely smells a bit more sweet and refined, with less of the ambroxan overload that you get in the original. Like I mentioned in the intro, the Parfum version is my favourite one in this line, and it smells absolutely outstanding. It takes the original, which is also a massive compliment magnet by the way, and it turns down the volume slightly, just adds a touch of bass, reduces the treble and keeps the same mid-range tone, and you end up with a tweaked version that's more sophisticated smelling, with more of a warm and comforting aroma as a result. This is a really accurate copy, which is about 90 to 95% similar to Sauvage Parfum, but when you do a direct side-by-side comparison, the original does smell ever so slightly higher quality, and it's just a tad more smooth, and you just don't get as much of a noticeable presence of perfumer's alcohol as you do in this one. But in the air, nobody'd know the difference, and it smells amazing. It's a real masculine throwback kind of aroma that has a similar mass appealing scent profile that the likes of Coeur Ross or Chanel Platinum Egoist had back in the 1980s and the 90s. It's a wonderful, sexy smelling fragrance with a rich and balsamic sweetness that's about as intoxicating and as addictive as it gets, really. Yeah, this is a very versatile all year round signature scent, but it's definitely more of a night out fragrance in my opinion, rather than one to wear during the day casually. It's perfect to wear on like a date night or any occasion where you need to dress up a little bit and you want a really rich and expensive smelling aroma just to complement your look. It's better suited to guys with a bit of maturity and confidence about them because it is still a big and bold smelling scent, but I suppose younger guys could pull it off in certain situations. I would say that Armaf's Ventana is a better option for younger guys because this one is one of the best copies that you'll get of the EDT version, which I think is a little bit more youthful smelling. The performance on this is really good, and it has a strong projection for a couple of hours, and then it does last for around about 7 or 8 hours, albeit with more of a softer projection. But that's kind of what you get with the original Sauvage Parfum anyway, compared to the EDT version. It isn't as loud and it doesn't kind of project as much. It doesn't perform quite as well as the original Parfum version, but it's definitely no slouch, and for the price that you pay for this one, you're going to be more than satisfied with it. Yeah, once again, this is a really accurate copy, and these Middle Eastern fragrances have seen a huge improvement over the past few years, both in terms of their presentation and their scent quality. But putting the copy fragrance thing aside for a minute, this is a gorgeous smelling scent in its own right anyway, and from my experience of wearing these budget alternatives, a high percentage of people who you're going to come into contact with that are actually going to smell them on you aren't going to be fragrance enthusiasts, so they aren't going to know what Sauvage Parfum smells like anyway. They're just going to think this smells absolutely amazing, and they're just going to probably ask you what it is rather than whether it's a Sauvage Parfum copy. So we all get wrapped up a little bit sometimes on accuracy, and we tend to overlook whether a fragrance actually smells good and whether it's a good alternative to the original. But this is a great safe blind buy, and one that I'd highly recommend if you can pick it up for under £15. Okay, so once again, that's about it for this latest episode, but don't forget, coming up all this week, I'm going to be bringing you plenty more bank balance saving replicas that give you an expensive luxury designer fragrance experience, but only at a fraction of the price. So don't forget to tune in tomorrow to find out what the next one is. And if you're new to the channel, then there's loads more to discover on the homepage of my channel, so don't forget to also go and check those out whilst you're waiting for the next one. And as always guys, if you've got any value from this video and you found it useful, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe to the channel. It's also great to read all your opinions and your thoughts and your critiques on all of the fragrances that featured in these reviews, so don't forget to keep your comments coming down in the comments section, and it helps with the YouTube algorithm and all that stuff. So once again, thank you very much for tuning in to this latest episode. Stay safe, keep smelling fresh, and I'll see you very soon for another one. Bye bye for now.